y'all back. We back again with morning motivation. Happy New Year. Happy 2026, y'all. We in it today, y'all. 2025 was a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. But we in 2026, and blessings to you because you are still here. So today we're talking about acceleration. Today I'm reading from Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See that I am doing a new thing. And now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. Y'all, this is the year of acceleration for a lot of us. But I believe that our acceleration is linked in our obedience. My perspective last year was different than it is today. I make it a point to not dwell on the past. I make it a point not to think too much about my mistakes because it can put me in a place and it opens the door for the enemy to jump in, right? Because all he needs is a foothold to get in your mind. You ruminating on something from the past that you did wrong, somebody that you were with that you shouldn't have been with, the mistakes you made. The enemy can jump on that and just cause you to be stagnant. But do you not perceive that God is doing a new thing? Obedience is better than sacrifice. Hear me again, because that's in the word. Obedience is better than sacrifice. What small things have you been obedient in? When God asked you to go fill out that application, did you go do it? When God unctioned you to go help out a friend, did you give them a call? When God asked you or unctioned you to take a course, did you do it? When God said, be faithful on your job, did you do it? Everyone's looking to be accelerated. Everybody's looking to be better than they were the year before. But are you obedient? Will you worship the blessing more than the God who gave the blessing? Let me say it again. Will you worship the blessing more than the God who gave the blessing? That's why some of y'all are not being blessed. I'm telling you right now, when I went to get my codin, my CPC certification, asked me, was my heart right? When I first started out, it was not. It was not, y'all. I was planning to tell my boss off in front of her face and tell her, I got my certification, I quit, this is it, I'm done. And the Lord was testing me. What will you do if you want the blessing? And he saw my heart posture. He saw my heart posture. Because my heart posture wasn't right, how could he give me the blessing? If my heart posture didn't exemplify him, why was he going to give me the blessing? He couldn't. Some of y'all want to be a millionaire. Some of y'all like, man, if I become a millionaire, man, it is on. He can't trust you with $1 million. You drop Jesus so quick. You'd be like, Jesus who? Who are you talking about? Obedience is linked to your acceleration. Can he trust you with the blessing that you will still worship him and not the blessing? Will you still give him all the praise and not the blessing? Because we should be worshiping the one who said, let there be and there was, because he is all creator of life. But sometimes when we get the blessing, we worship that more than the God that we love. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Your obedience is linked to your acceleration. Can he trust you? Because by the 8th time when I passed that CPC exam, I was so humble. I was so kind to my boss. I had a meeting with her. I made sure that she knew my heart and that I wasn't planning to leave at that time, but my posture was different. Y'all, I've been desiring to get married. I've been desiring to know my mate. I'm just going to tell y'all this. I've been desiring to meet my mate. And when I first started this journey, because it's been over 5 years, when I first started this journey, my concept of marriage is different than it was then, than it is today. I still want to get married, but marriage is not for me to just travel with my husband and be intimate and pop out some babies. That's not my journey. My journey is to have a purpose partner who loves and prays to God and surrenders to God and can be a man of the household, and that I can trust him. And when we don't know what to do in our household, I know that the head of the household is going to go pray with a surrendered and humbled heart. That is what kind of man I need. A man who knows that God runs this house. That is what kind of husband I need. Intimacy, traveling, all those things are icing on the cake. But what truly, truly matters to me is how can we storm the heavens with our praise? What can we do in the community to help others? I don't just want to lay up and roll around in the bed. I mean, that's great and all. God gave us intimacy. But will I worship my husband more than my God? He couldn't trust me then, but he can trust me today. Can God trust you with the blessing? I want kids. I want children. I'm being vulnerable here, y'all, with y'all. I want children. I don't have any kids. I don't babysit. I just don't. I don't do that. I don't do that. But the Lord unctioned me at church. He said, I need you to sign up and go volunteer in the nursery. I said, oh, that can't be you, Jesus. You want me to do what? I don't have no kids. He said, I want you to go sign up and volunteer in the nursery. Guess what? I'm obedient. Why? Because I do desire children. But preparation comes before the blessing. Obedience comes before the blessing. Do you get it? Before the acceleration, preparation, obedience, acceleration. Do you understand now, y'all? It took me a moment to get it. I was like, what is going on? Why is this taking so long, Jesus? Because I wasn't being obedient. You begin to look different when you're obedient. You begin to think different when you're obedient. You begin to be humble when you're obedient. People see you differently when you're obedient. You have a glow about you when you're obedient. David, in the Bible, Samuel came to David's house. Samuel was supposed to anoint the next king because he was following God, right? Samuel came to David's house. He saw all his brothers. Samuel saw all the brothers. And then he got to David. Let me read this to y'all. Samuel 1:16. There is still the youngest, Jesse answered, but he is tending sheep. Samuel said, send for him, and we will not sit down until he arrives. So he sent and had him brought in. He was ruddy with a fine appearance and handsome. And the Lord said, rise and anoint him. He is the one. So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came upon David in power. After David was anointed king as a child, he went back out to the shepherd field with the sheep. Get what I'm saying? He still had to be obedient in the small. He still had to be obedient even when he knew that he was going to be king at some point in his life. He was still shepherding the sheep. He was still getting up in the morning and going out to the sheep. He was still getting up every day, going out to the sheep. 16, still getting up, going out to the sheep. 17, still getting up, going out to the sheep. Huh? He was still going out. He was still faithful. He was still obedient. And then acceleration came. And David was anointed king. Where will you be when God can accelerate you? Where will you be in your heart? Do not miss the moment of acceleration due to not being obedient. David was anointed by Samuel. And he was anointed in front of his brothers. God will anoint you in front of your enemies, and he will accelerate you. But where will you be in your heart so that he can give the anointing and the blessing? Be obedient, even in the small. And when you're prepared, he's going to accelerate you, even in front of your enemies. This is Morning Motivation. I'll talk to y'all soon.